Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on the bottom left side, or just left side, as the blue Freyr. We got Summery. Spawn on the top right side as the red Patron goddess. We got Kiluminati. I don't know how to properly pronounce that. When it comes to relics on the map, we got a Tay of Fee, gives you a free fee. We do have a Trojan Gate Hinge, makes your walls have plus 4% hit points, which actually make your wooden walls a little bit more effective. Goes from what, 500 health to 700. Let it call a shell, increase the armor of human soldiers by 5%, pierce armor, and the skulls of Creeples gives you a set of monkeys. Just initial scouting game, collecting up some goats. Red's pulling on some obelisks. Does obtain these goats.
Yow.
Some housing. There's a temple almost complete. And we do now have a Nubite queued on up, which will give him access to Nubites. Anubis will give access to Nubites. They tend to bite, so give them good head pats. We do have the temple going on up. Hand axe research. Freyr. Can't remember what Freyr offers since it's the D1 DLC gods. Can't remember, but hand axe in this age seems a little bit unusual to say the least. We got Freyr being deployed in the field, will give access to the Valkyries, and the horrible forest fire god power, but that could at least create an opening here. We got watchtowers queued up by Red, so Red's eyeing the turtle in a little bit.
Yow.
Oh, looks like Red has picked up a bee. You can see that poison cloud. He's a very stinky boy. Some sort of lion dragon thing. Obelisk will no longer torment his opponent. There's a new bite. Gotta stay away from the Herseer, but there's the Valkyrie here. 14 damage, 1.2 attack speed, which makes it 11.7 versus new bite's 11, which has a fast attack speed and has some good jumps. Another obelisk being pulled in the field. More Herseers being queued on up. And we do now have the Feet of the Jackal. Increases melee damage by 20%, hit points by 40%, adds 3 range to the jump. Jump attack work rate. What does that mean? Does it make it so its jumps faster? There's new bites there, so it looks like Red's being aggressive with new bites. She can also bring in some snakes.
Yow.
And does get a good kill there. House being destroyed as well. Very nice. We do have a long house here. And the short house goes down. Nice. Jumps away. I think the Nubite would win this fight. They both have ×3 multiplier. Nubites do have a little less health, but he does have higher DPS. Just stay and fight. Let the other Nubite help him out. Oh, the Fee got some decent poison there. Serpents. This will help slow down the Herseers from responding.
Yow. Nice
manual jump there. He attracted on the ox cart. Not sure that's on purpose or not. Axeman throw it on in. The Fee does go down. The serpents do not appear to take any bonus damage from these Herseers. I guess they're not classified as myth units. Just snakes. Valkyrie does get eaten by snakes. Gatherer does go down there. Axeman in pursuit of Herseers does pick up on the Herseers will. Overall, Red is doing very, very well. And the snakes were actually deployed successfully. I think it's actually sort of hard to get this god power to actually be useful, since it's just not particularly great. But I think what he did there, why it worked so well, is he was fighting here, trying to pursue the villagers, fighting the Valkyrie, and the reinforcements had to go through the snake. So it's more of a delaying force, a free delaying force that actually does okay, not great. But I think that's why the snakes were actually so useful. And red is now going forward town center. Blue's going for some walls there, but they may not be important since red could go for more production over here. Let's go for the flood of the Nile, or whatever it's called, to get the food trickle. Now red has 2 town centers. Just a couple goats up here. Oh, as when I noticed them, red noticed them. Goats are the goat. Housing slowly being built around the town, those towers, just get a little extra defense going. Blue does steal the goats, red steals the goats. A Nubite probably has a vision range of the raiding cavalry. Definitely has vision of those two. Medium cavalry now being researched by blue. A Nubite being pursued. He can probably put us back up the berries, provide some surface area coverage. The raiding cavalry will have a bit of trouble versus the Nubite. Flying ring around the Rosie, very nice. He can probably try to use the jump attack. Does finish off the raiding cavalry, very nice. Jumps away. Of course, Nubite is only 4.3 move speed versus these raiding cavalries have 6. Delicious drafts being obtained. Blue has now built a secondary town center. The red's going for a tertiary town center as well. But I think the Nubite should have stood intact to stall out this to protect the villagers. Media switch targets. The Nubite needs to go back on in. Villagers shanking the raiding cavalry. And we got red cleaning up these wall segments. You got another feed deployed in the field. And now red's villagers heading to the gold deposits. A bit of walls here wouldn't be half bad. More throwing X-Men. Blue's now going for the copper armor, copper shields. May have copper weapons. Has medium upgrade. I think this priest is trying to hit to this obelisk there. Nope, he's heading up to this one. Or this one. Blue has a much larger armor than red's, and red is right now going for the spear. The serpent gives spear and poison damage. Grants adds 0.013 divine damage over 2 melee attacks upon for 6 seconds. Damage over time. That I don't know if that number doesn't seem right. 0.013. Even if that was like per second, that would not be enough damage to even do 1 damage per second, or 1 damage for the entire duration. So it must be whatever 0.013 tick, however long a tick is, or short it is. Gatherers can now get hit by these Nubites. A new bite does go down there. Mining camp being empowered. And we do have an age up by red, the Nephitis, but right now it has to complete the villager queue. There we go. Nephitis does give access to Scorpion Mans and to Ancestors. Couple farms here, going for our big line of barracks, ready to mass a counterattack. Blue's heading towards this gold deposit now, as well as towards this armory, barracks, and town center. Long houses being built now. A lot of throwing axes. I always love how they just miss and spin forever. We also got the monkeys here. Relic monkeys. I don't know if they're classified as monkey or as myth unit or not. Not if that really matters. They have 35 health, 5 damage. They're just extra mass throw your opponents. We now have another age up here. Is Ager, gives access to the rock giants as opposed to the Tempest, or whatever the ice storm is, frost storm is called. We got a good number of spearmen on the field, as well as throwing excellent. Here comes the Ancestors, come in a good time. This will give red extra mass and a good damage output there. Herseers running around a little bit far. Ancestors getting a lot of free damage onto the human soldiers away from the Herseers. He does go down there. Got now the scare funeral rites being queued on up, gives a bit of gold rebate for units. And looks like red will not succeed there. Red has 2 military units on the field. He needs to get that going. He has 4 town centers. His opponent does have semi-population, so there's not going to be a massive economic advantage for a long time. But once he gets done building villagers, he will get a lot of freed up food to, well, use. Hill fort now being established here. We do have now it is called Tempest. I always assume Tempest, associate Tempest with rain rather than snow.
Yeah?
Yeah, that poison damage is not doing too much. I wonder if it's that research is bugged. Maybe it should have been saying like 1.3 or 13 divine damage over 6 seconds. I wonder if this research overall is just bugged, because that seems like the poison damage is not doing really any damage whatsoever. 13 damage over 6 seconds? Sounds powerful? I don't know. But it seems like right now it does look like it does hardly any damage. At least 1 damage per second would be reasonable. Rock Giant here to support. This town center will go down. Right now red is very low on resources. Oh, he's aging up again to Osiris. So the son of Osiris can be brought on in. Here comes the Tempest. Miggle Stronghold upgraded. Blue will clean up that region, give enough time. The replacement panels that is already built. I don't know if aging up right now when there's a massive army. Like, I got right now 128 for military units versus 35. Raiding cavalry push forward. Do have some camels, heavy camels to engage, so that's a good count to them. Yeah, the Valkyrie's taking pretty much no poison damage. There's the Son of Osiris. Taking a lot of free hits there. Looks like the bolt's not chaining properly there, but does chain now. This Miguel Stronghold's still up. He may be able to save it. Got the Rock Giant engaging it though. It'll be good for the Son of Osiris to hit that Rock Giant. Jarl and Ulfsark engaging the Son of Osiris now. More Spearmen do have a massive queue of Chariot Arch, KV Camel Riders and Chariot Archers in the build queue. Rock Giant gets a nice hit there. And looks like these Jarls will get some good damage here onto Son of Osiris. Good number of great Jarls. He's going for a heavy number of them. We don't usually see great Jarls deployed all too often. It only has a Thundering Hooves when it comes to technology at the moment. You now have the age up. We do have Vidar, give access to the Fafnir, the Gold Dragon. So we do have the queue up there of the New Kingdom for its 2 pharaohs, as well as Flood Control. More Camel Riders. So our Erdman wouldn't be half bad. He does go for already existing infantry upgrades. Good, a very good number of great Jarls. Which is probably gets been a heavy camel rider, so maybe a good idea to not go for great Jarls with the amount of anti-cavalries on the field. Mummy firing away. Oh, Son of Osiris zaps that Gatherer. And the Rock Giants still causing issues. We do now the Catapult now pull in the field. A good AoE hit there onto these throwing axemen. Catapult gets some good damage there. Son of Osiris, a good number of axemen there. Throwing axemen will counter the axemen, while axemen does counter the throwing axemen. And here comes the fire doggo. What's this? Takes out the siege weapons, though it's pretty expensive ability to take out siege weapons. Camera is over a good counter to the throwing axemen. Throwing axemen are pretty much is a counter infantry unit. Well, cameras are a bit more focused to anti-cavalry role, but they're still pretty good generalist cavalry. Blue's now gating all these units over here. Got the champion axemen. Son of Osiris needs to start hitting that rock giant. And a good number of these civilian units for blue is going down. Blue's at 75. Going for a good number of berserks and throwing axemen. Large number of villagers exposed there to the heavy camels. We do now the champion chariot archers and the champion camels. Rock Giant still poses a threat. Where is the Son of Osiris? There's a priest there to help engage that Rock Giant. But what if the Son of Osiris already went down? That'd be a bit of a shame. Oh, I heard him. Ooh, really bad pathing there. Taking a severe amount of damage. If possible, he should try zapping that Rock Giant, but he has 29 health remaining. Rock Giant may be able to one-shot him now. Son of Osiris ripped apart that rock giant. The Pharaoh also helped out as well. These rock giants. It does have some priests pushing way forward. Of course, the Son of Osiris cannot be healed up by priests, nor by the Pharaoh. Son of Osiris has gone down. Fafnir, that's probably the original Freeman that came out. Fafnir is a overstated unit, but does give a gold bounty upon dying, equal the amount of gold it costs to build it. So you gotta make sure you get more than 300 gold worth of value out of it before it goes down. Red's now playing on a decent number of mummies. I do like the mummies. No Erdman. I think you really should go for the Spearman for the Norse, since fighting against so many camels. Nice little pop over there. Catapult will go down. Pops a priest out there, and nice little pop there. Ambushes the berserks there. And now for the forest fire, actually put on a reasonably tactical location. We got some Huskarls point of view, which are pretty quick, like the old Sark. Mid-goal stronghold does go down there. Got the relic monkeys here as well. They're pretty slow, so maybe want to get them out of the formation. Got some minions. These minions are about ready to disintegrate. Blue's falling back there. Got some more action push along the flank. Good taunts there. These mountain giants, the Burgessiri, or how you pronounce that, have over 1,000 health, so he needs to get out some priests, a hit squad of priests, to help deal with them. He's going to a good number of priests, also has a good number of camel trade caravans. Could probably go some stone walls here to help out the wooden walls. And the Pharaoh right now is empowering the market to improve the drop-off rate there. 54. I can't really see how much they're providing, or extra drop-off is providing. Got some Ballista now being pulled in the field by Blue. Very nice. You know, it's actually been a very long time since last seen Ballista. Good enough berserks there. Got Trade Archers helping engage them. Berserks have pretty low pierce armor, so Trade Archers should be a decent item against them. One problem with Trade Archers is that their attack speed is incredibly slow. Handful of raiding cavalry is being deployed in the field. More Trade Archers being deployed out as well. Red right now has an army of 120 versus an army of just 89. Red does have slightly more population available at the moment. Both have the fortified town center upgrade. More berserks and throwing axes being deployed in the field. Red's now push away forward with all these axemen. Handful of catapults ready to siege down various structures. Handful of mid-gold stronghold being deployed in the field. He needs to interrupt this gold mine, which he is now. Probably a good idea to grab the gold if he can as well. Blue has not transitioned to any of the... No, there's some markets with the ox caravans there. Got some unsecure red farms here, which blue could steal if needed. But none of these blue villagers go on down. Good damage onto these mountain giants or rock giants. This his squad of priests exactly needs to take out these rock giants. Those one more remaining and the priests are getting hit. Priests are classified just as heroes, so all Sarks do not, or Huskarls won't do bonus damage against them. And quickly deal with all those mountain giants with a proper counterforce now. We do also have a mummy there, the Mummy Vizier. I think Red needs to go for some more priests. Red also has way too much wood at the moment. May want to take off all but 5 of those villagers off of wood and put them on any other resource. There is a bit of gold here it can task those extra villagers onto as well. That gold mine's cleaned on up, I can see on the mini-map. Rock giants, there we go. Priests are properly countering the rock giants now. And there's the Gilimbersetti. This is 1,000 health, 111 damage with 2.85 AoE. This will probably stop this attack wave. He has sort of more or less fight it. Red's also going for some forward watchtowers. The Gilimbersetti was great for defense, but it does get removed there. It will cost 300 favor to get it restored. So that gave blue enough breathing room to stop red's advance. But we've got more and more chariot archers being queued on up. Not too many priests on the field at the moment. Red needs to get out a handful more priests. Blue's just pumping out these mountain or rock giants. Got some more mummies being pulled in the field. Axemen push away forward as well, but good enough throwing Axemen Gobi, pulled in the field, Gobi. And Red will hold, has a good amount of mid-gold strongholds for fire support as well as the Monument of the Gods. Monument of the Gods does provide a divine shield. Number of batteries charged away forward, drawing a lot of fire from the chariot archers. Right, stop pulling out too many infantry units for those throwing axemen to counter. Right, it could go for some slingers, help them out as well. Those will counter both the Gobi and the throwing axemen. We got a number of mummy viziers here, so you should get some extra minions going. More watchtowers being established by blue. Red's right now shooting in more and more of these chariot archers. And it's going for his Titan. Now it'd be a bit expensive. He has a bit of resource reserve, not queuing up a lot of units or at all. Red's failing some macro. We do now have the iron weapons research. We've got a handful of berserks in the field. Red has now established his Titan gate. And he's tasking a lot of villagers onto it. So Red's going to try to close the game with the Titan. He needs more gold, but he only has trade caravans left for that. Though this gold deposit can still be collected on up, there is 3,000 gold left there. Red's now sending some throwing axemen to deal with the ox caravan. That is a lot of ox caravan. 60 out of 60. You know, however, researcher, Avenging Spirit, Vidar and Spirit causes Herseer's hands to grow mightier for each strike, increasing in size and damage as they hit. The number of bullets are now deployed in the field. The Titan gauge should be almost built. 50 seconds remaining on it. More watchtowers being deployed in the field by Red as well. Mummy's pushing forward, two of them severely wounded. We've got a large number of ballista here. Blue's starting to run low on a little bit of everything. Needs more gold. Being good enough berserks and going for the engineers. This ballista's doing okay. Doing some decent damage to these units are straggling forward. Able to one-shot these camel riders. And now the Titan has been summoned. Red's just falling back. Regroup. Let the Titan do the work. Blue has also a significant amount of favor stored on up. This is a lot of ballista. Let's see. Increase hit points by 10%. Berserk ability, 9 ways. Either way, these ballista will be useful against all these siege or against all these towers. And good enough, these villagers are actually taking a severe amount of damage there. The Titan, where is the Titan? There he is. Going straight for the caravans market. This would stop all gold income. No one expects a Titan to harass your trade. Not much you can do to stop that. He's going for a massive round of heroes. He's going to have to go for that against the Titan. Ballista slowly going down. And there we go. All trade has been stopped. Red's going to have trouble pushing through all the Sim City, or the tower defense. Looks like a market may have been reestablished somewhere. Yep, a market has been reestablished. First year is pursuing the Titan. Red's, of course, breaking out through over here. Throwing Axeman getting hit quite hard. And a large amount of minions will pop on up relatively soon. Looks like I'm just staying to fight with the Titan now. The Titan does do full regular damage versus heroes. So 70 damage is still quite significant. And Blue does back the game now. This Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.